أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To you boys, members of the main three, Hardy Islam, rahmatullah, to our brothers and sisters on the beautiful continent of Africa Prime. Okay, we call it Africa Prime because it is the primary continent to which all human beings came from. Africa is the land of the future. Islam, give a hearty to Islam to our brothers and sisters on Africa Prime. And I like to stand the hearty Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, to our brothers and sisters in the noble Islamic world. Islam, what I want to talk about, it's a brief video, this morning. I would like to talk about, I like to read out of the, I like the Moorish literature, okay, because the Moorish literature has been glossed over for years, you understand. A lot of our scientific, and intellectual, and philosophical development centers around the Moorish literature, the Moorish literature pamphlet. It's extraordinary. And we like, one of my pet peeves, right? We're not being taught properly. We're being taught by people who don't even have education. They're not educated. You understand? They call themselves adept this and adept that and supreme national this and supreme national that, and they don't even have an education. Might have a GED, you understand me? But we need people, this is a scientific organization. This is an organization that has science in its masthead. Right. An adept is supposed to be a scientist. All our leaders and everything supposed to be top-notch educated. You understand me? Supposed to be the best in obtaining and or having wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Especially in this is a scientific / technological age. Right? We can't have people in this organization ignorant and uneducated. This era is over. It's time for this stuff to stop. A lot of us out here who understand, who really know and understand this thing, we angry. We upset. See. And the brothers created disturbance. They accuse us of creating disturbance, so they have a reason to put us out. You know why? Because we exposed them. It's a cover-up. See, because we exposed them for being really unqualified to lead a scientific Muslim organization. The More Scientific America is it's extraordinary. It is a cutting-edge Islamic organization, Islamic movement, Islamic, an extraordinary is technological Islamic scientific liberation process involved with the More Scientific America. More Scientific America, liberation procedures. There are liberation policies and procedures, way we go about liberating ourselves, freeing ourselves from both mental slavery, right, our sinful ways, and from these rotten folks, these oppressors. They may not be as vile and bloodthirsty, as the Israelis, but it's going to get there. I got a feeling it's going to get there. When the people really start striving to be free, when they really want concrete freedoms from these people are going to react like a beast, like a wild, crazy dog. Okay? But what I want to talk about, I want to read from the religious controversy, right? The fourth paragraph, right? The fourth paragraph of the religious controversy article of the Moorish literature pamphlet. Okay? Udibillah may not shade that rajim. I seek refuge in the law from Satan, reject the enemy in the event that they're trying to influence me for making a mistake or giving, putting out false information, you know. Udibillah may not shade that rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Say, from the east comes all light. But though the sun is hanging at high noon, the blind cannot see. The sun is hanging at high noon, but the blind cannot see. Okay, mind you, before I go further, let me tell you that, these things they're written specifically. Okay, these are in the special configurations. Okay, we need to keep that in mind about, the prophet's literature. Everything the prophet said and did, right, is scientifically oriented. Okay? Everything he did was a message to us in an effort to cause us to what? Think. That was his primary mission. His primary mission was to come here and get us thinking logically again. All right? Let me read that first line, that sentence again. It says, from the east comes all light, but though the sun is hanging at high noon, the blind cannot see. Okay? Let's think of how many subjects in that first sentence. The same as the Islamic creed from the east was brought to the Asiatics of America by the Prophet Noble Ali, Alayhis Salam, and offered to those who were sick at heart, tried for many years, yet they are blind and cannot see the light. The Prophet brought the Islamic creed from the, he said the same is this, let me read that again. The same as the Islamic creed from the east was brought to the Asiatics of America by the Prophet Noble Ali and offered to those who were sick at heart, tried for many years, yet they are blind and cannot see. Must be something to that. They can't see it yet, see. I've been into this for a minute. Been into it for years. Okay. This is intricately connected with the fixation dynamic. You understand? The essence of the body cannot be quickened by the holy breath until the fix is solved. Okay? Let me finish reading this paragraph right here. Let me reiterate a little previous sentence before I go on to the next one. Keep it coherent, you know what I mean? And offered to those who were sick at heart, tried for many years, yet they are blind and cannot see. Nor is the prophet trying to put new wines in old skins, for he knows that it will burst them. Still, he has the only remedy for the nations, the remedy brought by Jesus, Muhammad, Confucius, and all of the other prophets, which remedy is truth. Islam? That's the fourth paragraph of the religious controversy article of the Moorish literature pamphlet. Powerful article. It's extraordinary. I've been into this stuff for years. This mode of studying and investigating the Moorish science doctrine, the impregnable doctrine built up on love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. It's extraordinary. A lot of us don't know the doctrine because we're being taught by leaders who don't focus on the doctrine. They focus on formalities. All means are built and closed promptly according to the Circle 7, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. They stuck there. There's no really exploratorial discussions about the doctrine, about the totality of the prophet's works. See, but in the religious controversy article, the prophet tells us that he brought the same Islamic creed that they practice in the East, right? It's Orthodox Islam. See, he tells you it right here. But it's construed, it's configured, right? Whereby it's just not out there. You have to go in there and think. You have to go in there and figure it out. Right? You have to reflect. They say reflection is what? The business of man? That's what you got to think. You got to ponder and reflect on what you read, study about, this doctrine. you know. And when I be saying like we behind 90 years, 9 decades, that's real. We are. Right? From 1928 to 1978, that's 50 years. The prophet said, children, it's going to take you 50 years for you begin to find out what I brought you. And if you're not careful, 50 years after I have gone on, you will not know that I have been here. That's powerful. You understand? He said that in 1928, October 1928, October 1978. The book come out, The Resurrection. More Science Temple America, the truth. Be yourself and not somebody else. If I draw, you're cut. New era time now. Defend her or she will defend herself. Okay? And on the back of the book, will you do your job? I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. That's one of the reasons why I'm angry, because a lot of boys not doing their job. A lot of and the brothers that rejected the resurrection, they cursed. That's why they don't know nothing. That's why they don't know nothing. That's why when I'm confronted with, I cut them deep. You understand? Because they're liars. They're cowards. They are enemies. You understand? They are agents of poverty, powerlessness. You understand? And they got to get out of here. They got to get out. They got to get out the way. They got to get out the way or get out, period. This is real. The resurrection, you understand me? The 50 years prophecy, this is a new era, right? From let me go back and tell you what I, if I get a little sidetracked here, I get a little angry when I talk about, the disobedient ones in our group, okay? Because really, they are enemies. They're enemies to the progress of this wonderful, blessed organization that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down here for us to free ourselves from our sinful ways, to free ourselves from mental slavery, and to free ourselves from the iron hand oppression of the pale-skinned nations of Europe who govern a portion of Marrakesh, Morocco, at this time. Okay? That's why, a lot of us who know more science, who know this thing, we're angry. We're upset. But let me, from 1928 to 1970 is 50 years. Okay? And a lot of the close students of Noble Drew L.I., Timothy Dingle-El-Noble Drew L.I., Alayhis, Salam, they didn't do their job. They didn't set up the Moorish American Domestic Court for all Moorish Americans. They didn't set it up. The Moorish Domestic Court for all Moorish Americans. They didn't set it up. You understand? And from 1978 to 2018, that's another 40 years. So 40 plus 50, you understand, that's 90 years. 90 years. 9 decades. That's why I say that, see. And I'm the only one in the entire movie who talks about the relevancy, the 50 years prophecy, and its relevancy to what we're supposed to be doing from 1978 onward. I'm the only one that talks about it. See, this is my demonstration. It's on my birth certificate. I think I told you brothers and sisters that before. This is powerful stuff that's going on. We got to stop playing. Stop showing ourselves ungrateful and everything. We ain't seen nothing yet. If we don't obey our prophets and everything, people probably try to put us back in physical slavery. You understand? And police, you think the police killing us now? They're going to be realizing some real Ku Klux Klan dreams. You understand me? They probably realizing them now. It's just probably, haven't come to light yet. Probably kind of filthy rot that's going on in terms of aggression against our people that's not, we don't even know about. You understand me? But it's going to come to light. It's going to be up in our faces. You understand me? If we don't obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has some guts. Ain't no punks in Islam. Allahu Akbar is a war cry for the right of the righteous. You understand? When you say Allah is the greatest of all, that's it. Any enemy in the world knows that, he lost the war. Because a lot of people fighting and stuff to conquer you so you can bow down to him. We bow down to nobody but Allah. You understand me? Sajideen. You understand me? Those who bow down. Sajideen. We're sajideen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. And we got to obey Allah in His message. We got to obey Allah and Noble Alayhi wa sallam. Else we're going to lose. We're going to lose, y'all. We're going to be the despised of the world. You think we're despised now? You understand me? Let us keep being disobedient, disobeying Noble Alayhi wa sallam of the new era time then and in this new era time now. Okay? The prophetic office. Just real. Anybody lying to y'all? Powerful stuff that's transpired in the Moorish Science Temple of America, spiritually and earthly, spiritually and politically, in the Moorish Science Temple of America. And these brothers and sisters who reject the resurrection, these Masonics in this organization, they got to get the heck out of here. They either have to comply or they're going to have to goodbye. They have to get out. And we have to run them out. Because, this is cut and dry. Either obey the prophets, laws, or get out of our father's house. Or get placed under very heavy restriction, etc. by the Grand Sheik or the prophet. You can't bench, ain't 6 feet of dirt, you can't, who can bench press 6 feet of dirt? Ain't that a heavy restriction? How can a former officer be removed from his office? If you're a former officer, how are you going to get removed from your office? That's more science language. That's mystic language. Get into it. You think the prophets wasn't joking? Prophets said he will not tolerate, absolutely not tolerate any interference in this organization. You understand me? Read the prophet announces authority and power in the Moorish literature pamphlet, what he says in the last paragraph. We can't be playing around with this thing. We can't let nobody come in here talking trash to us. These ultra nationalists and ultra legalists, you understand me? These gurus are in here profiteering off the struggle. That's what they're doing. They ain't serious. Got these barristers running around here making y'all believe they teaching more science. They're not teaching more science. They teaching barristerism. These laws and everything. We call it ultra legalism. You understand me? This thing is, first and foremost, is Islamic. They're not teaching you how to alleviate mental slavery. They're not teaching you how to being redeemed from your sinful ways. That's what the prophet here to teach. Was ordained by Allah, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. And he first come on the scene, in the voice of the prophet article, he said that, "Come, good people, I, your prophet, am sent to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you have now. And I need each and every one of you who thinks your condition can be better. This is a field open to strong men and women to take your place in the affairs of men." You understand? That was one of his first statements when he came on the scene. The voice of the prophet article. The voice of the prophet article really is page 1 of the Moorish literature pamphlet. But they arranged it and under the guidance of Allah. That's the way it is right now. See? But that's what I want to tell you. We got to stop playing. And we got to cover the totality of the prophet's works, okay? And stop listening to brothers, that don't talk like me. It's not on this page. See? I know where the money at. And the 7 blessings of the land, I know where that's at. Alhamdulillah, Rabbi Alayhis. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. You understand me? I know what the 7 blessings of the Lamb is. And I'm not going to tell you, I don't care what you do to me. I'm going to tell you. I will take it to my grave if I give it to somebody that's not worthy. Okay? Believe that. Know that and understand that. Those of us who know more science, we ain't playing. You understand me? If you don't want the 7 blessings of the land, you know what? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala going to give it to somebody else. And you're going to be despised and rejected. You're going to be zalimeen. You understand me? Mushrikeen. You understand me? Mushrikeen. Zalimeen. Come on, man. We ain't going out like that. I know I'm not going to let us go out like that. I need all you youngsters, right, born between 1974, 1994, right? These are the third and fourth generation brothers and sisters, right? We want these cowards up out of here so we can, free our people and build the Islamic Republican government, the Moorish American Islamic Republican government, right? Then we can get some serious money. I know what billions of dollars for us, waiting for us. Okay? I love you. I love my people. Right? Stay prayed up. Keep the prophet up front. Imitate the prophet, right? Keep your hearts and minds pure with love, and of course, keeping your bodies clean with water. You understand? And wear some nice attar, especially on Fridays. It's a holy day for all Muslims all over the world because Friday was, it was the day that Adam was formed in the flesh, and it was on Friday when Adam ascended out of the flesh to his father God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all over the world. But that's what I want to tell you. This thing is serious, and we gotta stop playing, especially with these cowards in our organization. A lot of these agents of poverty, a lot of these agents of us being powerless. Not having no power, not having no respect, not having the seven blessings of the Lamb. I want y'all to get into that, the seven blessings of the Lamb in the book of Revelation of St. John in chapter 5. Okay? The seven blessings of the Lamb. Because this is our reward, you understand me, for freeing ourselves from mental slavery, freeing ourselves from our sinful ways, freeing ourselves from mental slavery, and freeing ourselves from the, iron hand oppression of pale skinned nations who are governing a portion of, the Moorish Empire at this time. Okay? This is real. You understand me? It's time to make history. Like I told the youngsters at Temple over in East Baltimore, 1055 Milton Avenue. It's time to make history. But they understand. They know the people who's in charge over there. They know them more than me, and they believe them more than they believe me. But they're misguiders. I have to say that. That's why you guys don't know nothing. I was upset when I went over there, and them children ain't know nothing. Them children, relatively speaking, they didn't know anything. You understand? And then I saw who was teaching them. I said, well, okay. A lot of people that we're listening to are misguiders of the nation. They're not guiders of the nation. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raises up the guiders of the nation out from the madrasa, which is Islam for Sunday school. Okay? It's powerful demonstration. It's the blessing that comes down from Allah. More science is in a special branch of Islam. It's a special branch and a special reapproachment to al-Islam, especially for us. You understand me? It's a certain way we have to come back to the Qibla, come back to the fold of Islam. We can't go back to the fold of Islam as Negroes, mental slaves. You understand? Slaves for these bad folks. These are bad people. Okay? They're bad people. Listen what the prophet said. The prophet don't come right out and tell you. The prophet tell you, say, will you define the word white? White means purity, purity means God, God means rule and land. What does Satan sometimes call us so? God. Then he'll say, will you define the word white? So, that leads you to think a little bit, Satan's called himself God sometimes. And white, they call himself white too. So who Satan is. See, who Satan is. We got some of our brothers and sisters come straight out and call the man a devil, you know what I mean? But, that's not our way. Okay? But you brothers stay straight. This is what I want to tell you. When we read that article, the fourth paragraph of religious controversy, right? And I'm going to tell you something right now. This thing is Islamic before it's anything else. That's what we're going to be judged by. This is where our hearts are. Where's the nearest, in the 101s it says, who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. You understand me? Who made you Allah? Who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. Where's the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart. See? The 101 starts out talking about Allah. It lets you know right now, Allah is first and foremost. You understand? The Moorish American liberation, the Moorish American national reclamationist liberation process, right, is spiritual. It's Islamic. This is an Islamic liberation. This is an Islamic national liberation front. Okay, we need to understand that. We need to understand that. This is Islam before it's anything else. This is Islam first. We are Muslim revolutionaries. We are Muslim scientific revolutionaries. You need to understand that. We need to understand that. We're in a fight for our lives and for freedom and really for a better understanding in Al-Islam. Powerful stuff, powerful mission we got to do. We got to stop playing, stop listening to people who don't know this doctrine. They don't know what they're talking about. You know, they really, you know what, y'all? They're cowards. I watched them study and listen to them for years. They're a bunch of cowards. They're scared. They're scared. Okay, but I don't want to waste too much footage on, data on my phone. Okay, I'm going to end this right here. Okay, but, stay prayed up. Stay straight. And study, read stuff. Think about it, learn formal research skills, right? Learn something called closer reading skills, right? Critical reading skills, you understand? And get in that Moorish literature. That's where the real intellect is, right? Intellectual, scientific, and philosophical development is in that Moorish literature. All right? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Islam.